It may seem like it's all fun and games for professional skateboarder turned TV personality Rob Dyrdek, but there's more to this guy than just viral videos, daring stunts, and an impressive behind-the-scenes business hustle. This is the untold truth of Rob Dyrdek. 4 years before wedding bells were ringing for Dyrdek, the MTV star's sister, Denise, was the first to get hitched. It was a special moment for his sis, of course, but it was also a pretty special moment for Dyrdek himself because he decided to become ordained for the event, which was featured in an episode of Fantasy Factory. At the altar, he announced, "This is truly an amazing experience and opportunity to be able to join these two together forever."
This is intense.
The star took his role very seriously, preparing for months prior, and even offering up his own office, the Fantasy Factory, as the couple's wedding venue. His right-hand man, the late Christopher Big Black Boykin, took over the music, leading a choir as the newly wedded pairing took their first trip together down the aisle. However, Dyrdek had to make sure that his sister's new mister was serious about his new role as well. He had previously declared, "This is a man that's meant to be in my family." But before signing off on their marriage license, Dyrdek pulled out a silver platter and asked him, "What's as committed like chewing down a couple fried scorpions?"
If you're a true brother of mine,
okay,
you'll knock out all scorpions.
And Denise's husband did just that. Now that's true love. Dyrdek clearly lives an exciting life. He told the New York Times in 2011, "I get to do insane things. I got attacked by a tiger, I got attacked by a shark, I got to jump a car 100 feet. Since there's pretty much always something crazy going on in the Fantasy Factory world, it shouldn't be a surprise that Dyrdek's fans are eager to get involved. Some might be a little more eager than others, however, and apparently figured there must be even more fun going on at the TV star's house. One of Dyrdek's craziest fan encounters includes one family of strangers who started showing up to his home every year on the 4th of July to take a photo with the reality star. While this may seem borderline creepy, it doesn't seem to bother Dyrdek. He described it to The Hollywood Reporter in 2012, saying, "From simple stalking to a full-blown tradition." At that point, this unlikely Independence Day custom was 5 years in the making, but no word on whether the situation has since evolved to a barbecue invite and fireworks. Dyrdek and Big Black appeared to be best buds on screen, so it was easy to assume these two went way back. However, when Dyrdek had an idea for a show about himself and his security guard, he called up a local security company for recommendations. He explained on John Interviews in 2018, "I said, we're just looking for a really funny, big, lovable guy." And he's like, "Oh, I've got the perfect guy for you." And I swear we hit it off from the first go. The two went on to star on Rob and Big, which premiered on MTV in 2006 and lasted 3 seasons before Dyrdek was done. He told LiveAbout.com, "MTV wanted another Rob and Big season, but I didn't want to be known for it." Dyrdek claimed his other businesses weren't getting the attention they deserved, so he brainstormed. He claimed, "I thought, what if I added a skate park to my business? And once it came to that, I started slowly thinking about a big warehouse." The perfect balance was born. Rob and Big turned into Fantasy Factory, and luckily, Big Black was on board. Sadly, 2 years after their hit reality series ended in 2015, Big unexpectedly passed away. Dyrdek later explained on John Interviews that he still has a hard time believing Big is actually gone.
In my mind, he's still in Texas. I just haven't seen him for a while.
The Fantasy Factory that Dyrdek turned into his office holds a lot more than just desks and computers, so it might not be so surprising that there also happens to be a landing pad for an alien spaceship built on the roof. You know, just in case. It all started when Dyrdek met Riley Martin, a regular guest on The Howard Stern Show who claims he's actually been abducted by aliens. Martin told Dyrdek an assortment of interesting things about himself, and Dyrdek told The Hollywood Reporter in 2012, "Not only has he seen me on the mothership, but if he told me who I really was, I'd be scared." Martin claimed the MTV star has alien DNA. Judging by his Young Hollywood interview that same year, it seems like Martin might have gotten inside the reality star's head, as Dyrdek revealed he believes he's part extraterrestrial, about 1/16th alien to be exact.
"I believe I've been abducted, and I am somehow a form of some weird extraterrestrial race."
Whether or not Dyrdek's actually of extraterrestrial origin, he's going to be prepared with his rooftop landing pad.
I mean, I'm gonna have to get back to the mothership sometime.
Dyrdek Dyrdek hates the stigma that comes with all skateboarding movies, so in 2009 he set out to make a good one. After all, there seems to be nothing this guy can't and won't do. Skateboarder, entrepreneur, reality television star, world record breaker, and screenwriter can be added to Dyrdek's vast list of achievements. Dyrdek spent months developing the idea for a full-length skateboarding film called Street Dreams, but after pitching the script he co-wrote with friends to multiple agents, sadly nobody wanted to make it. They simply didn't like how it would have a hard R rating. On In Depth with Graham Bensinger in 2016, he explained, "It's a beautiful movie outside of all the cursing." However, he's never let anything stop him before, so he set out to make it himself. Working with a producer friend, he hired a crew, actors, set up a nationwide meet and greet tour, and paid to have it shown in over 30 theaters. He admitted, $750,000 budget, I ended up spending $1.8 million of my own money. Almost 7 years later, Dyrdek finally saw a return in his investment from iTunes sales. He revealed, "It was like $17. I'm like, what? This is major." Realizing how popular viral videos are, Dyrdek sold Ridiculousness to MTV at the same time he pitched Fantasy Factory. He admitted to founder, "I took America's Funniest Home Videos, stripped out all the stuff I didn't think was funny, and was left with the coolest, funniest videos." However, the series didn't air until 2011, 2 years after Comedy Central's Tosh.0 premiered, and comedian-host Daniel Tosh publicly accused the skateboarder of stealing the premise on social media. On Larry King Now in 2014, Dyrdek explained, "From his perspective, which I get, it's like I took his show and copied it. I didn't." However, he admittedly made, in his words, the uncanny mistake of exacerbating the situation on Twitter, writing in a since-deleted post, "We're going to have to settle this the old-fashioned way." According to IFC, Tosh quipped in response, "Fair enough, but if you have to beat me up, can we film it and put it on my show so people will actually watch it?" Shots fired, but neither appeared to be serious. Still, as Dyrdek told Larry King, "Then it turned into this whole thing about this beef between us."
The reality of it is my show came out after his, and it created this.
It is what it is.
This thing, yeah.
And that seemed to be the end of it. But what makes Dyrdek's show stand apart, according to the man himself, is that it's not scripted. He explained to HuffPost, "It's more like the way you and your friends would watch it, and I'm just commenting on everything as it happens." Tuning into any episode of Fantasy Factory might make you want to live each day like it's your last, after watching all the crazy things that Dyrdek does on screen. If living out each day to its fullest is your MO, you can officially live out every February 1st as Rob Dyrdek Day, too. In 2012, the mayor of Los Angeles dedicated an entire day to Dyrdek because of his dedication over the years to keeping kids off the streets and in skate parks that he's built across the city. As he accepted the honor at City Hall on an episode of Fantasy Factory, he said, "There's not enough simple kindness in the world. For Dyrdek Day forever, I want it to be more than just about skateboarding, but I want you to ask yourself at the end of each day of Dyrdek Day one question: Dyrdek?" The crowd of councilmen were understandably confused during his otherwise inspirational speech, so he explained,
"Did you really do everything kind?"
Though Dyrdek keeps busy with his many business ventures, he's always made time to give back to kids around the local Los Angeles area, previously explaining to HuffPost, "With success comes responsibility of playing your part." When Dyrdek was a teenager, he was more interested in hitting the skate park than the books. He told AZ Teen magazine in 2010, "I was so focused on becoming a pro skateboarder, I would sit in school and think about all the tricks I was going to do." So, right after celebrating his Sweet 16, Dyrdek picked up his skateboard and made a sweet deal with a skateboarding sponsor. He later explained to Inc., "I didn't go to my senior year of high school, which was unheard of in Ohio." Instead of living a life of gowns and tassels, he moved himself to California to pursue boarding and business. During his skateboarding career, the star set an impressive 21 world records and still holds 16 as of 2020, including most skateboard nollie kickflips in 1 minute and highest skateboard ramp jump into water. Dyrdek told Guinness World Records in 2014, "It's been an honor to do it over the years." Even though Dyrdek became a serious success with an estimated net worth of $50 million, he had many failures along the way. He explained, "I had a skate shop that lasted about 3 months. Just because you think it's cool that you're a pro skateboarder and you got a hip-hop label, you don't know what you're doing. You have no business in there." Instead, he stuck to what he knew, skateboarding, and eventually MTV took notice of the boarder and businessman. Dyrdek told AZ Teen magazine, "Everything I do builds upon itself and is a catalyst for doing bigger and better things." And the rest, as they say, is history. Dyrdek had no plans to stick around the world of MTV once he turned 40, as he admitted during his In Depth with Graham Bensinger interview in 2016, adding, "I don't want to be Kurt Loder." So when his big birthday rolled around 2 years before that, it was a big deal to make him stay, for both the network and for Dyrdek's wallet. Dyrdek admitted, "Honestly, it's going to have to be so much money that I'd be stupid not to do it." And MTV quickly came through. As much as the iconic channel has built up Dyrdek's crazy career, he's helped MTV grow too. Though Fantasy Factory is long gone, Ridiculousness continues to run rampant on the network multiple times a day and gives MTV some pretty impressive ratings, making it a no-brainer to keep the famed skateboarder on board. While he's continued to stay busy making millions on MTV, Dyrdek is also dedicated to boosting his various businesses. He revealed on John Interviews, "My goal is to build and sell 50 to 100 businesses over the next few years." His main focus isn't television, but after almost 2 decades with MTV, Dyrdek doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. He went on to say that he'd love to, quote, "evolve into just being a pure businessman," which he enjoys so much more, but added,
I'm gonna be on TV for a while here.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.